Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a Miss USA 2022 recap. As you guys may know, the pageant was a few days ago, crowning Texas as the new Miss USA. This year will be the second year celebrating pageantry reimagined, which the Miss USA system is now being led by Christo Stewart, who was Miss USA in 2008. In the beginning of the show, we have the ladies dancing in these cute little bodysuits with fringes on them. Dancing with the contestants was the reigning Miss USA, and I was kind of hoping to see her in a different colored outfit. However, she did shine overall. The contestant introductions was done pre-recorded by a voiceover. I was kind of hoping to have the girls say their name and state. However, the introductions was short and simple, and I actually kind of like it that way. One thing I actually enjoyed about this year's edition was the fact that the contestants were able to wear an outfit of choice during the top 16. I felt like it was a great way for the girls to show their individuality through style, and I appreciate it because it seemed like a mini fashion show. In terms of the top 16, I predicted 11 out of 16. Those on my top 16 that didn't make the cut was Hawaii, Nevada, Indiana, Virginia, and Arizona. After the 5-second introduction of the contestants in top 16, the girls went from 16 to 12, eliminating California, District of Columbia, Missouri, and West Virginia. I was hoping that all 16 of them would do their swimsuit and then eliminate through a top 10 or 12. The next round of competition is swimsuit. Swimsuit for me was fun. I was kind of hoping for a different type of music. The music selection for this year kind of reminds me of a Tetris type of instrumental music. If you were a 90s kid, you would understand. New Hampshire's performance was actually kind of safe for me. I felt like her energy was a little bit weak. I would prefer a faster walk. However, I could feel the nerves that she's feeling since she's the first one out on stage. Kansas gave a good performance. However, I feel like her preliminary performance was my favorite, and I prefer her styling during prelims as well. I enjoyed the performance that Texas gave. Compared to her swimsuit presentation, I felt like she was a little bit more fluid, and her hair was perfection on stage as well. Next up was Tennessee. I actually preferred her performance during prelims, but overall, she was stunning. North Carolina had one of the best energies on stage. I really enjoyed her southern personality type of vibe. Her face is immaculate, and that body is to die for. Nebraska also performed better than her prelims performance. I enjoyed her energy. I thought her styling was great, her makeup was consistent, and her body. And she had legs for days. Minnesota speaks perfection. Her movie star look and her short hair definitely gave her a shine during the swimsuit competition. New Mexico performed well. However, I felt like she wasn't a standout as compared to other contestants during the swimsuit competition. I definitely prefer her preliminary competition performance than finals. Next up, we have Miss Ohio. Ohio definitely gave it her all as she was the catwalk diva of the night. I enjoyed her energy, and she really has a certain spunk that the USA system needs. Vermont definitely has one of the best faces of Miss USA 2022. For me, her swimsuit performance was a little average, but she performed well overall. Illinois was also another catwalk diva. Her personality radiates confidence on stage, and it was clearly shown during this part of the competition. I was hoping to see more energy during Connecticut's walk. However, she has a banging body, and she also has a stunning aura during the competition. Next up was the evening gown competition. I was kind of confused to having the pianist on stage. The way she was performing and the camera angles took a lot of attention towards her. However, I could understand why they wanted her in the first place. I thought that the instrumentals were a little bit on the funeral type of side, but the girls worked it well. First up was Miss New Hampshire. I love her overall look. Her gown was beautiful. I just wish that she had a different color lipstick, but overall she performed well. Kansas was next, and minus the fact that she was having trouble going down the stairs, I felt like her evening gown performance was one of my favorites. Her look was just so divine. So Texas was next, and she also had difficulties walking down the stairs. She changed her evening gown. Although it's beautiful, I prefer her preliminary gown. She's actually giving me some Catriona Gray type of vibes as well. Following Texas was Tennessee, and she also gave a good performance. One thing I did notice was that the contestants had their stage sashes on, and I kind of thought it was distracting. Next up was North Carolina. She definitely had the best pageant gown for the evening. She was just a true shine on stage. I would have loved to see her hair up because she had a beautiful face, but she did have a great look overall. Next up was Miss Nebraska. I'm actually kind of 50-50 with this gown. Although it is beautiful, I was hoping to see more legs as she is statuesque and she has a beautiful body. Overall, she did a great performance. Minnesota was next, and she came down as a golden goddess just like during prelims. I was actually really happy to see that she kept her gown. Her performance in general was just immaculate. Just like during Swimsuit, New Mexico was lacking energy for me. If only she showed a little bit more confidence, I wouldn't be surprised if she made it into the top 5. Ohio slayed the stage. Although the gown is not one of my favorites, she really worked the gown well. I loved the way she walked down on those stairs. She definitely got the room's attention during evening gown. Vermont came down next, and as she walked down the catwalk, I honestly felt that her beauty was giving me 1990s Miss USA vibes. She definitely is a standout. The goddess of the night was next as Illinois slayed the stage. And lastly, we have this phenomenal beauty who hails in the state of Connecticut. After the evening gowns, the contestants went from the top 12 to the top 5, and in the top 5 was Illinois, Ohio, Nebraska, North Carolina, and Texas. The girls actually answered some casual questions, and after the commercial break, they had their final questions. I honestly felt that they all did great. Some of the questions I felt was a little bit confusing, so at this point, I thought it was just anyone's game. Fourth runner-up was Miss Illinois, and I honestly expected her to place a little higher. However, I felt like it was really anyone's game after the Q&A. Third runner-up was Miss Ohio, and overall, she did great. I honestly did enjoy her performance throughout the night. Nebraska came in second, and at this point, it was anyone's game for me, leaving North Carolina and Texas as the top 2. Of course, I predicted Texas, and at this point, I was just kind of confused to how they eliminated the rest of the girls. However, Texas won Miss USA, and I honestly feel that she deserved the win. However, there are controversial issues surfacing social media, as some of the contestants felt favoritism towards Miss Texas. It was shared that a major sponsor from the USA system had pre-recorded a commercial video with Miss Texas alone, and basically was congratulating her on her win less than a day after she was crowned Miss USA. Overall, I felt like she's a deserving winner. I look forward to her journey in the Miss Universe pageant as she competes with heavily favored countries such as Philippines, Thailand, Colombia, and of course, Puerto Rico. And that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the love and support. Till my next video, stay safe and remember, hu guai zahao.